This is my chapter. No, let me start again. This is a chapter from my book, Coming of Age in New Milford. Chapter 10, Almost Grown. The epigrams are, "Don't bother us, leave us alone. Anyway, we're almost grown," by Chuck Berry. I used to be a white American, but I gave it up in the interest of humanity. Slogan on the front of a t-shirt produced by a group called Refuse and Resist. The title of this poem is A Tribute to the Voluntary Exiles from Suburbia. This poem was inspired by two other poems, Howl by Allen Ginsberg and A Tribute to Solid Soul by the Baltimore poet Lasana Bill Harvey. That poem can be found in his book, 21 Pieces. Go out and buy it right at once. This is dedicated to all those people who abandoned their white roles that they were given at birth to go out into the world to search for the truth. This is dedicated to the suburban hostages who grew up chasing the train, waiting for a chance to make some giant steps away from the world of white bread and mayonnaise. This is dedicated to the young singers who heard Lady Day's swan songs and discovered a world of music outside the world of music of Mrs. Huckleberry's music class, or found out that the ballet wasn't all there was to the dance as they slow danced in a basement room full of blue lights and awkwardly caressed their one and only while a basement diva sang, "This is dedicated to the one I love." To all those daring souls who were bored by the Beatles and secretly prayed each night for some hint English doctor to give Ringo an urgently needed Art Blakey, Elvin Jones transfusion into his tired-ass European blood, who wondered every day why Caledonia had such a hard head. This is dedicated to the Paul Butterfields, the Janis Joplins, the Mike Bloomfields, the Ginger Bakers, the John Mayalls, and the Eric Claptons, who pointed us to a different direction where we could discover Little Walter, Bessie Smith, B.B. King, Elvin Jones, J.B. Lenmore, Robert Johnson, and a whole diaspora of African-American classical music. This is dedicated to those Dolphyites, those Mingusophiles, those Rossanists, the Monkites who cursed Ian Anderson under their breaths and wished he publicly would say how much of a debt he owed to Rahsaan Roland Kirk. That same way that Frank Zappa did for Perez and Stravinsky. This is dedicated to those adventurous souls who knew Led Zeppelin was a bunch of hot air and who could care less about Elton John. This is dedicated to those lovers of good music in any form, who dug sounds, not skins, who waited for the latest Coltrane album as if it were the word from on high, and followed every personnel change in Art Blakey's Jazz Messengers, and seriously knew that not knowing about these changes could be spiritually fatal, who were too young to become beatniks and too old to become Generation X, or vice versa, who were too old to become beatniks and too young to become Generation X. No, you fucked up again, Alan.